so this is very awkward. Okay, no, I'm Maya. I'm one of the founders of Flatmate Sessions, and I'm here to talk to you about my lovely cameras. The whole idea of Flatmate is like doing the most simple and easy thing that you can do. Like, it was really one of the things that we talked about when we started Flatmate. We was like, okay, that's very easy to create and we like it, how easy it is and how fun it is to do it, and it doesn't really make us feel exhausted or, I don't know, like overwhelmed with just making it. Basically, to film a Flatmate session, you don't need anything but a camera and yourself, and probably one person that will record the audio, but that's also something that you can do yourself. So the whole point is to make it really just simple. And we're using one camera, one VHS camera, which is this one, as today. But we started with this one, and I bought it because I want to tell you its story, because it's kind of nice. This one is JVC and it's VHS-C, so it's kind of different from the one that we're working with today. But it's the first camera that we started with, and it's like the magic one. I'm keeping it. It's broken. It's not working anymore, but I'm keeping it as the lucky charm of Flatmate. And I got it from this guy on Facebook Marketplace, of course. And I remember the day that I went to buy it from him, because I just entered his place and his place was empty. The flat was like, just, there was nothing in it. It was like he sold all his things. He said it is leaving the country, and he just had this camera on the table, and it's still so like clean. It seems like he never used it, but he said that he did, and he was so nice about it. And he asked me what I'm going to do with it, and I told him that I'm going to film musicians, and he was so happy. He told me that his dream was that someone will take this camera and just do something good with it, and it won't just sit around at the house and gather dust. So I felt like I have this mission and now I need to do it. And then Flatmate just started, and actually this guy is still one of our biggest fans, and we owe Flatmate to him, so it's amazing. So this camera is the one we use today, which is a Sony, which obviously it's very good. It's kind of I feel like it's the advertising VHS camera, like everyone uses it now because it is really good, but I don't know, I'm not really into the technical stuff. When I find one, I get one. So this is the basic gear. I'm gonna confess that I have more because I'm addicted, as I said at the beginning, but they're not here. The entire process of Flatmate session, of creating a session, is basically the artist just comes to the flat that we're going to film, and we just we talk a little bit, we do a really quick sound check, and we're probably like 2 teammates working together in the place. We wanted to keep it really, really small because the whole idea is to make it feel like we just caught the singer singing in their living room. So we want him to feel that feeling of like it's very intimate. So we don't want to have too many people on set. So it's really, really simple. We're like 2 people. We're doing 1 or 2 takes, and that's it. Like every time we finish a session, the artist is like, oh, that's it, it's done, because it was so fast. And we're like, that's the idea. That's the idea of just making something fast and not making it perfect. Just keeping it inside the atmosphere we want to create. Why VHS? The big question. So we do have a lot of conversations about it, because I feel like VHS today is something that is more common and you can see it more, and so people are starting to ask, is it just a gimmick, or are you doing it because it's cool and everyone is doing it, or are you doing it because you have some kind of reason? And we do have a reason, and it's always the main reason that keeps Flatmate going, which is chasing this feeling of nostalgia. And I think for me, and also for a lot of the Flatmate crew, VHS kind of make you feel like you're home again. Like you're watching these videos and and instantly you're like, wow, this feels like home. This feels like something I knew and I don't know anymore, like something I'm missing. And this feeling of missing something is the main feeling that we're like chasing in Flatmate. We're chasing that feeling of like honesty that used to be and we're not feeling today. So the VHS itself kind of creates this feeling. So we feel like it's the best camera to do it. And also, technically, I think hides so many things. Like it hides the little things that people don't want to see on their face, or it hides like the ugliness, but not in a way that it's make it perfect. Like in the other way, it keeps it like too grainy, so you don't need to worry about that stuff. And that's why I just think that everyone feels more relaxed and more like themselves in front of the VHS, because they're like they know that it's not like a $1 million camera and it's not gonna be perfect, but that's the point. So yeah, that's why VHS. So yeah, I've been talking only about the good stuff of VHS, but there's also a lot of bad stuff. Always this kind of like fear that something is about to happen, but that's also kind of the rush of doing it. And there's also like the big thing about tapes that you can like record on them again and again. We do it just because we want to keep the tapes as much as we can, because it's really hard to find tapes. We're like filming a session, we're taking it out of the camera to the computer, and then we're taking it backwards and doing another session. But if something happens now to this file on the computer, there's no way to get it. There's no way, because it's done. It's overridden, like there's no way to restore it or something. So again, a constant fear that something might happen. But I feel like that's the point. That's why we do it with the VHS. That's why we do it with the tape, because it's real. It's like feeling that something can happen to what you're doing is, for me at least, it feels more real than just filming on an iPhone. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. Like a bad experience that we had with the tapes is that one time, it's actually more with the camera than the tape. Actually, it's both. Because one time that we filmed one of our favorite artists that we were really honored to work with, at the middle of the session, the camera it didn't die itself, but it just wouldn't accept tapes anymore. Like every time you put a tape inside, the tape would get all messy and the roll inside just get out. So every time we put another tape, just mess it up. So it was also messing up the tapes, and also the camera just refused to record. And we had only one, because we were really in the beginning. So it was like kind of, we learned a lot from that experience, that we need to have a backup. But also in that moment, it was so annoying and like the most humiliating thing that can happen. But that's the thing, that's the risk. So yeah, it's kind of awkward, but it happened. And it's okay.